All the Avengers are dead.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Marvel Zombies is Marvel's brand new animated miniseries coming to Disney+. It's being put together by Bryan and Zeb Wells, the same team that's been behind a lot of the wild Marvel animation we've seen lately. The story picks up right after the What If Zombies episode from What If. So if you remember that alternate timeline where Earth's mightiest heroes turned into the undead, that's where we're jumping back in. The show follows a bunch of survivors trying to stay alive in a world crawling with zombie versions of superheroes and villains. It's only 4 episodes long, dropping on September 24, 2025, and it's officially part of Phase 6 of the MCU. In this video, we'll be walking you through everything you need to know before watching. Before we get into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The episode from What If. Alright, so here's the only recap you really need before Marvel Zombies drops. Back in Season 1 of What If, Episode 5, the writers threw out one wild question: what if zombies? And from that point, things spiraled out of control. It all starts when Hank Pym heads into the quantum realm to rescue his wife Janet. Sweet, right? Except Janet is infected with a virus from the quantum realm that basically turns her into a flesh-eating monster. She bites Hank, they come back, and within days it spreads like wildfire. Even the Avengers try to stop it, but instead, they just get infected and make it worse. Only a handful of heroes manage to survive: Spider-Man, Hope Van Dyne, Bucky Barnes, Okoye, Sharon Carter, Happy Hogan, and Kurt from Ant-Man's crew. Then Bruce Banner crashes down to Earth, ready to warn everyone about Thanos, but what he finds is zombie Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Wong absolutely tearing apart the Black Order. Luckily, Spidey and Hope swing in to save him, with a little backup from the Cloak of Levitation. From there, the survivors head to Camp Lehigh in New Jersey. Rumor is that someone is working on a cure there. But of course, things don't go smoothly. Happy and Sharon both get turned along the way, and Hope ends up infected. She makes the ultimate sacrifice, literally carrying the others to safety while she's turning into a giant zombie. At Camp Lehigh, the group finds Vision, and here's where things get really messed up. Vision has figured out how the virus works. He's even managed to cure Scott Lang. Well, kind of, because Scott is just a head in a jar now. But Vision is secretly keeping Wanda locked up. She's too powerful to cure, so he's been feeding people to her instead. Eventually, Wanda breaks loose, and all hell breaks loose with her. Vision, crushed by guilt, rips the Mind Stone from his head and hands it to the survivors. Hulk hulks out one last time to hold off the swarm, and Spider-Man, T'Challa, and Scott escape on a Quinjet. Their destination is Wakanda, which T'Challa swears is still safe. The final reveal is that zombie Thanos is already there with a nearly complete Infinity Gauntlet, waiting for that last stone. And that's not the last time we see Marvel's undead. In episode 9 of Season 1, Doctor Strange summons a whole zombie army to fight Ultron. Then in Season 2, Peggy Carter and Kahori hop through universes and stumble right into another horde, including Scarlet Witch leading the charge. Gila eventually shows up and puts them down, because, well, she's the goddess of death. The new series is set to continue right where What If left off, either directly or through a flashback. We've already seen glimpses of zombie Thanos and Wanda. Spidey, Black Panther, and Scott's floating head are still around, but most of the focus shifts to a brand new survivor lineup: Yelena Belova, Ms. Marvel, Red Guardian, Shang-Chi and Katie, Jimmy Woo, and Blade, though this Blade seems to have some Moon Knight-style powers. Pretty much all of them are voiced by their live-action MCU actors, and that's not all. Credits hint that US agent Kate Bishop and Ironheart will show up too, whether alive or undead. Comics origins. The whole thing actually started back in the comics. The first time Marvel heroes got the zombie treatment was in Ultimate Fantastic Four around 2005. In that story, Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe ends up meeting another Reed from an alternate world. At first, it looks like just another dimension-hopping adventure until he realizes this other world is crawling with zombies. And not just regular zombies, superheroes like the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, everyone you can think of, all turned into flesh-eating monsters. Fans loved it, so Marvel brought in Robert Kirkman, the same guy behind The Walking Dead, to write a full miniseries called Marvel Zombies in 2006. What's fun is that Marvel Zombies was actually an old nickname for hardcore Marvel fans way before the undead thing ever happened. DC readers used it as a jab. Eventually, Marvel just owned the insult. Everything we know about the upcoming project. The series is releasing on Disney Plus on September 24, 2025, and it wasn't even supposed to be a series at first. Bryan Andrews, who's running the show, mentioned in an interview that the original idea was to make this a straight-up movie, but with some behind-the-scenes hurdles, the team decided to break it into 4 episodes instead. Even with the switch, Andrews promised it will still feel super cinematic, almost like you're watching one big apocalyptic film chopped into parts. Now, from the trailer, we already know there's going to be plenty of action. There's even a shot of a small group of survivors charging into battle. battle, but that's not the main focus. The real spotlight is on a new team of heroes, and at the heart of it is Kamala Khan. Iman Vellani, who voices her, actually compared Kamala's role to Frodo from The Lord of the Rings. Basically, she's the one who's been handed the impossible task, the one everyone is relying on to carry the burden. And if the Mind Stone is still around in this story, there's a good chance that Kamala's job might be to protect it while the team figures out if it can cure the zombie outbreak. The idea lines up perfectly with the show's official synopsis: a desperate band of survivors, a world on the brink, and a possible key to ending the zombie plague. And speaking of familiar faces, get ready for the return of Elizabeth Olsen as the zombified Wanda Maximoff. In What If Zombies, she was not exactly chatty, but imagine if she regained some of her mind here. That would mean the zombies would not just be powerful, they would have an intelligent leader calling the shots. On the flip side, maybe the heroes managed to cure her, which would instantly swing things in their favor. But for now, Marvel is keeping us guessing. Now, let's talk about the tone. Marvel Zombies is officially rated TVMA. This is not just another PG-13 Marvel story. We're talking about exploding zombie heads, Blade Knight slicing a zombified ghost into pieces, and Spider-Man straight up webbing off heads. It's easily some of the bloodiest stuff we've ever seen under the MCU banner. Andrews has been quick to point out that the gore is not just for shock value, it fits the world. And honestly, the rating is not only about blood and guts, it's also about the story itself. Andrews said this series is very character driven. And when you drop heroes into a zombie apocalypse, it's not just about fighting monsters, it's about trauma, survival, and the dark choices people have to make just to see another day. If the What If episode is anything to go by, nobody is safe. Heroes could die horribly at any moment, and worse, they usually come back as part of the horde, which means the deeper the survivors fight, the stronger their enemies might become. Now, here is something worth pointing out. This show is not going to be a straight adaptation of the Marvel Zombies comic, and honestly, it couldn't be. The MCU has already taken a different path from the comics in a bunch of ways. That said, what the series will carry over is the overall vibe, the over-the-top violence, and that gory apocalyptic tone that made Robert Kirkman's original comics so memorable. And while Marvel has not confirmed if they're going to lift specific plotlines straight from Kirkman's series, there's a good chance we'll see some nods or familiar storylines. Marvelous verdict. Well, with that, guys, we've come to the end of yet another fun video. Are you all excited to watch this new show? What do you think the plot will be like? Do you have any theories of your own? Could Wanda end up leading the zombies, or do you think the heroes will find a way to cure her? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time.